Welcome back to another episode of WordPress theme development. Now, in the previous video, we learned about how to install all the packages that are required for the theme. As you can see, all the packages have been installed. These are the packages we're going to be using for our blog development, for our theme development, etc. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the add WordPress scripts, which we have installed over here. So as you can see, this is the package we have installed, add WordPress scripts. And if you try to get more information about this package, you'll see that here. So this is basically a collection of reusable scripts tailored by WordPress development. And for convenience, every tool provided in this package comes with integrated recommended configuration. So when working seamlessly, sophisticated command line interfaces help to turn the work with project into more pleasant experience. So what is this WordPress scripts? So WordPress scripts is basically given to us by WordPress core. It's basically a collection of the reusable scripts. And why we're using it is because imagine if you had to go ahead and set up your Webpack yourself. You could do that, of course. If you're just building a simple theme, that's great. You don't actually need to even configure the Webpack file, which can be a bit challenging for especially the beginners. But the problem happens is basically keep updating the dependencies. So if there were certain packages in Webpack or Babel and or post CSS and things like that, then you have to go ahead and basically update those packages every now and then also make sure that nothing is breaking. By using WordPress scripts package, you're actually abstracting those complexities. Basically, WordPress scripts has those packages internally, and in the future, all you have to do is just update add WordPress script package, and that's going to basically already handle whatever dependent packages that need to be upgraded, right? So you upgrade this version and they're already taking care of what needs to be updated. Okay, now, so that's what we have over here. And this basically allows us to run certain development environment scripts and also the build scripts. So for build, you just run WP scripts and build, and that's going to run the build. And then for development environment, you just do WP script start, and that's going to start your development script. Now that's what we have here, dev and build, but we are calling it dev and we're calling it build. So if you do pnpm dev or pnpm build, that's what's going to happen. Now in the root, this is where we need to define our scripts. So I'll go back to the repo and I'm going to copy the dev command. Actually, I'll copy this pre-install command also. This is going to ensure that whoever is installing the packages, they are installing it using the pnpm. Otherwise, it's going to give an error. Okay, only allow npm. Only allow pnpm, sorry. Yeah. And then you have the dev script. And then you have the build script. Okay, we'll worry about the rest of the scripts later. We're just going step by step. So what does this do? What this is going to do is whatever you define here in terms of the command, okay, when you run pnpm dev from the root, like if you go to the root directory and you run pnpm dev, is going to run that recursively in all the packages that you have defined here. So right now it's only one, but if there are more, it's going to do the same for all. It's going to go to this directory. It's going to say, okay, do I have this dev script? Go here and look for it. Yes, I do have a dev script. So it's going to run that. Okay. And if another package had, like there was another package, like another plugin which had the same script, it's going to run there as well. So it'll run recursively on all the packages. Same thing goes for build also. Okay. Now let's move further. Now what we're going to do is we'll just create our basic files of the theme so that we are beginning to create the files. So a theme must have at least an index.php, create that, and also a style.css. I'm presuming you have a little bit of understanding of the theme development, so you already know that these files do exist. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look for style.css. I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, and if I go back to our WordPress dashboard, I look for themes, you'll see Aquila is there. I have theme name, so whatever you define as a value in these comments, that will be picked up and shown over here. So you can see it's Aquila. So right now style sheet is missing. I think it's style.css, not styles.css. That's why it's saying style sheet is missing. Let's refresh. There you go, that's gone. Now you have Aquila, and then you have theme URI. Whatever value you put, that's where it's going to go. Okay, over here, this link. You have author. So you have your author name. Then you have the description. That's a description. Sorry, this theme URL was actually the theme URL, not the author URL. Author URL comes from here. Okay. Then version number, license, and the text domain. Text domain is used generally for the translation. So that's a version number. Okay, so you've got that. And in the next video, we'll move further and we will go ahead and set up our project structure for basically the build and the development. All right, we'll continue further. See you. Bye-bye.